1988 Allanté, a winning entry in the ultra-luxury car market and a real opportunity for every Cadillac sales representative. We've asked car enthusiast David E. Davis Jr. to give us, in his own words, his impressions of Alanté.
Hi, I'm David E. Davis Jr., and I'm the editor and publisher of Automobile Magazine. Cadillac has asked me to talk to you about the Alanté today because I took my first ride in an Alanté almost a year ago. I've driven two since, one as recently as just last week in Los Angeles, and I'm knocked out by the car. I'm extremely enthusiastic about not only the car as a machine, but the car for what it means to the automotive community here in the United States. First and foremost, I think the hot prospect is the traditional Cadillac buyer who has started to waver, who is starting to think about Mercedes-Benz, BMW, or Jaguar, isn't quite sure, but is kind of looking wistfully in that direction. You really have something to tell that guy. You've got a wonderful product, you've got Italian coachwork, you've got a nicely engineered car with lots and lots of interesting features, and it's a joy to drive. You can really talk to somebody who has not yet made that move. The guy who's already there is going to be a little bit more difficult. There's another person that I really think this car is meant for. He's owned Cadillacs most of his life. He's making a great deal of money, and he wants to move up. General Motors has not offered him that opportunity up until now. Now Cadillac division has a car that high roller who has been driving expensive cars, maybe Cadillacs all his life, now there's a place for him to go. And you've got it. You've got a really nice car to move that guy into. The average car salesman in a domestic showroom is not prepared to talk the language that an import intender, or in many cases an Alanté intender, talks. He has a need for knowledge, and he already has a lot of knowledge that he will want substantiated. He reads magazines like mine. He'll nail the guy with a couple of tough questions about ABS, or why does this car have an aluminum cylinder block and cast iron cylinder heads? And the guy's going to have an answer. You cannot treat these people like just sort of the average car buyer coming in off the street, because they will walk away. We have found and researched now over the past 4 or 5 years that import intenders really believe that they are going to be treated better by more knowledgeable salesmen when they walk into an import dealership. They do not expect to be treated well in a domestic dealership. They do not expect to do business with a knowledgeable salesperson. You've got to change that. The import buyer, the import intender, the upmarket guy, the so-called yuppie, is probably the best informed automotive consumer we've ever had in this country. And you can't get around the guy with generalizations and misstatements. You're going to have to be at least as knowledgeable as he is, and he's extremely knowledgeable. We've heard case after case of people who walked into automobile showrooms and tested the salespeople, and the salespeople really came up just dead last in the competition with the consumer. And you cannot sell cars in this class that way. When a guy's going to part with this sort of money, when he's going to buy a car that's this special, he's going to arrive prepared, and I really mean the salesman has to be prepared to deal with him. You receive the Insight sales training material, you receive audio cassettes, you receive video material. Study that stuff. Get yourself properly informed so that you can deal with these people. I feel very much about Alanté at Cadillac the way I feel about Corvette at Chevrolet. I really believe that everyone that's in the showroom, everyone that's on the road, is like a really expensive, colorful piece of advertising for the division. And this car will sell other Cadillacs because it's going to bring people in, and it's going to make them talk about Cadillacs. It's a traffic stopper, it's an attention getter. People will race you down the highway to get a better look at it. People will stop you and talk to you on the street, and I absolutely guarantee that the valet parking guys will always leave it out in front with the Ferraris and the Rolls Royces. One of the things that this car shares with other Cadillacs, a number of other Cadillacs, is front-wheel drive. And I really think that's an important advantage for this kind of car in this market, because it's the only one that has front-wheel drive. And by now you've all had enough experience with front-wheel drive that you know what it does for you in bad road situations, in the wintertime, whatever kind of bad weather you have where you come from. There's something else that's even better than front-wheel drive, and that's ABS brakes. Anti-lock brakes are the most important safety advance for me in the last 25 years. They just take the drama out of panic stops. You can brake hard going into a corner. You can swerve to avoid something with the brakes on, and you will not lose control of the car. It's a terrific piece of dynamic safety, and it's the kind of safety that I think is most important. The engine that's in this car is it's a member of the Cadillac family. It's a 4.1 version of the 4.5 that you have in the other cars this year. And it's been nicely mated to the automatic transmission so that it feels probably much more powerful than it actually is. It's a wonderful thing to demonstrate because either in a passing situation or getting away from a traffic light, the car really feels good. It's a lively performer, has a nice snap to it, and it's actually fun to drive. The Pininfarina styling accomplishes a number of things. First of all, it's good looking. Second, it's distinctive. Third, it's aerodynamically good. With the top up or with the hard top on, the car is really a superior aerodynamic package. It's quiet. It'll help it get better fuel economy. It achieves all kinds of things. We talk a lot about the special ride quality on this car, and we ought to talk about the suspension. Because of the fact that the suspension has been tuned as it has, and it's combined with a tire from Goodyear that is really the state-of-the-art high-performance tire in the world today, it feels much more like a very expensive, very high-performance European car. I can't tell you enough about the driving impression that you get from this car. It's going to be a revelation for you and for the prospective customer. One of the most obvious changes for this year is two new colors. You're looking at the red, which is a gorgeous Italian racing red. There's also a really deep, good-looking black, and I think that the car really needed it. I think that it's going to be a valuable addition to the line, very useful to the guys that are selling them. This color, after all, has been the best-selling color on the Mercedes 560 SL forever. So it's very important to have a color like this in the line. The car, equally obvious, I suppose, is the fact that the car is a convertible. You get a hard top, you get a soft top, and it's not just a soft top, it's a soft top with glass windows. No plastic windows to crease or cloud. You get real glass with real visibility. Everybody knows that this is an Italian-American collaboration. What you may not realize is the extent of this car's international character. The basic structure is double galvanized steel from Germany, but the hood, the top, and the rear deck are Swiss aluminum, partly for their lightness and ease of managing when you're opening a hood or lifting off a top, but also because they're absolutely corrosion resistant. The back end of the car looks terrific. It's as distinctive as the rest, and nobody's going to mistake it for some other kind of automobile. There's something else about it that's nice. It has more trunk space than anything else in this category, and it's really nice, usable trunk space, not just because of its size and shape, but because there's a pass-through that goes right through to the seat backs and makes it really utilitarian and nice. The interior is special. First of all, the Recaro seats just set it apart from anything else. These are seats that were designed particularly for this car. They're covered in leather. They have a really comprehensive range of adjustments. It's one of the best driving seats anywhere, and it's equally good for passengers. It offers good lateral support, good back support. It's a seat that you can drive across the country and feel terrific about. The other thing this year that's especially nice for me and the constituency that I represent is that we've gone to a full set of analog instruments in this car, and it really makes a difference. You notice the new headrests. I like them a lot better. I'm more comfortable with them. This car has a nice legible console here where I can read everything that has to do with climate control, with the driver information center, with the radio, the tape deck, It's all there where I can see it, and it's all done in nice white on black lettering that I can read. I'm really tired of cars where I have to stop in order to operate the radio. One thing that you'll find in this car when you drive it, even when you're driving at an interstate speeds, is that first of all, top-down ventilation is very good. Second, you don't get a lot of buffeting. You'll find that women can ride in the car without getting their hair messed up the way they do in old-fashioned convertibles. The aerodynamics top-down are really superior. The other thing that will occasionally happen to you is that you're going to want to use the windshield washer wiper system when you're in motion with the top down. And this car, you can do it without worrying about getting sprayed because it'll actually cut off before it reaches the top of the windscreen. This car has a couple of great sounds that I'm very fond of. One is the Delco Bose sound system, which is probably better than any sort of custom installation you could get at a stereo store. And the other, and it's my particular favorite, is the exhaust sound. This car has the best exhaust note you could buy on an American car this year. This car to me represents something very special. It really is something new and totally different for Cadillac, and I think it launches a whole new generation of Cadillacs. Because of the difference, because of the special nature of the car, a demonstration drive is going to be absolutely essential to close the deal, because the sort of person that comes in looking at this car may be a disbeliever. They may really have serious doubts about your ability to deliver what you've promised. A demonstration drive will make the sale. Alanté arrives at a good time relative to its competition. The Mercedes 560 SL, which is probably the queen of this league, is very old now. You jump into a current 560 SL and you just look around, look at the hardware, drive it a little ways, and you realize that this car has become an old car. It's been with us for a long time. It's very popular. The people in this category think it's quite wonderful, but it's a car that's operating at a disadvantage. It's been with us for more than 10 years. Everybody knows that there's going to be a new one around in another year or so, but in the meantime, you have the opportunity to sell a brand new car with brand new Pininfarina coachwork against a car that hasn't changed in over 10 years and a car that does begin to show its age now. The BMW 635 CSI is another car that falls generally into this class, and I think you'll probably find some BMW buyers coming by to take a look, people who may own one of the older 635s. And that car was sold for a number of years with a kind of underachiever engine. It wasn't the real performance car that it appeared to be. You have a real opportunity with people who have a 2 or 3 year old BMW in that class because, first of all, they've probably had some very, very expensive service experience with the car, and second, its performance is not really so far away from this car's performance. You're not going to get very many people who are considering a Porsche 928S and an Alanté simultaneously. The cars are not necessarily competitive. They're very similar in price, but the Porsche is really a performance car. It is compromised in the direction of performance in almost every area that you look at. And interior space, seating, ride, everything about the car says ultra high performance, and it's very much compromised in that direction. This car, it seems to me, would have a much broader appeal and will reach an awful lot of people who would never consider a 928S. As far as Jaguar is concerned, the Jaguar is a very exciting new product, but as has been the case with so many new cars in the last few years, it has arrived not quite ready for the American market. They're already working on a more powerful engine for the car because there have been complaints about the fact that it is down on power in the American version. I wouldn't be too concerned about that car. It's not going to come to the United States in very large numbers, and it's not a particularly contemporary looking car. I think that the Alanté, with its Pininfarina coachwork and this lovely, lovely feel, unique in an American car, I think it's probably a superior car. If you want an enlightening experience, it's worthwhile to go shop the competition. Represent yourself as a prospect. Walk in and see how well informed they are, see what they know about their product, see what they're saying about your product. But I think it's particularly instructive if you'll go to an import showroom, because the public believes, and I think rightly so, that import salesmen are better informed and better prepared to deal with their intenders, and yours, unfortunately. I think it would mean a great deal to you, and it would help you a lot if you went in and you found out how they did it, what they said, and sort of what they're up to. And it will help you a great deal as you develop your own position on this car. Because, boy, in this league, information is everything. It's absolutely essential that you give the guy a demonstration drive, because the feeling of this car is one of its most important features. It feels like an import. It feels like a very expensive, very fancy German import, and those are the best kind. You have a car that you can go head-to-head with Mercedes-Benz in a demonstration drive, and you can win that one.